Over the Christmas holidays, a grandfather brought his visiting grandson to church, and the grandson had a lot of questions, such as, why do they bring up the bread and wine? And he said, well, that's so that these are gifts of the people and they'll become the body and blood of Christ. Then they said, well, what does it mean when the deacon just kissed that book? He said, well, it means a great deal of reverence for the Word of God. The questions went on, and finally he said, what does it mean when the priest takes his watch off and puts it on the pulpit? Absolutely nothing, son, absolutely nothing. Well, I don't preach long, so don't worry about that. But it's not only children who have questions about our faith and our traditions. We might today question, okay, what is Epiphany really about? And how does it affect my life? We have the usual answers about Epiphany, that it means revelation, a manifestation, a showing, a direction for our search. The scriptures imply it's a search everyone must make. The poor search in the form of shepherds. The wise and the rich search in forms of the Magi. So we all fall somewhere in between these two groups. But this implies that there's room for everyone in the search. But sadly, not everyone is open to discover what is at the end of the search. Take, for example, that other group of wise and influential people. King Herod calls in the scribes and the priests. He knows he has a big problem because these strange visitors in his court are searching for a new king, one who will be his rival. His experts reveal that Bethlehem is the place to find the new king, but that's all we hear from them. And the reason might be that their hearts do not follow their heads. Maybe in life they just go through giving lip service. I got to look into that God question someday. I'm going to try to figure out life's meaning someday. I need to be kinder and more forgiving, maybe someday. I know life is more about relationships rather than possessions, but I'm going to practice that someday. So these wise experts stay aloof from life rather than taking a risk. But then we have that other group, those strangers from the East. They were willing to take a risk. Who knew what they might learn? Who knew what hardships they would face? Who knew what they might find or who they might meet? There certainly was a risk for their journey. And that's why the gospel is very challenging. It's not just a pretty story about exotic kings floating over the desert sands, following a star to Bethlehem. The gospel is saying to us, you must choose what type of wise person you're going to be. One who plays it safe, or one who's willing to take a risk. So where do we really fit into the gospel story of the Epiphany? Well, for one, we are all part of a community, and we're here together now. We belong to a church family, we belong to parishes, and in a way, in light of the gospel, we're all part of a caravan, like those three wise men. And being part of that caravan means that we journey with others. We're not alone. We certainly have each other, and we rely on each other's guidance and wisdom, our need for balance, and our need for encouragement. So maybe the answer to that earlier question about what is Epiphany in our lives is a celebration of hope, a celebration of our faith, and a celebration of our search that we all do. For me as a priest, I know that saying Mass and being involved in the lives of people in the parishes really encourages me. By our counsel, by our example, and by our words in a homily. In our caravan of faith and hope, we're all people of ages, different ages, colors, professions, and ways of life. No matter who we are in this caravan of life, all of us will one day, like the Magi, see the face of the Messiah. We stand together now and join in our profession of faith.